This is just a sample of the audiobook. To get the complete audiobook, access the link posted in the first comment.
Amelia Mary Earhart was born in Atkinson, Kansas on July 24, 1897, to Amy Otis and Edwin Stanton Earhart. Edwin, an itinerant lawyer and faithful husband, was also a drunkard, according to biographer Mary Lovell. But Amelia's childhood was nonetheless nearly idyllic. Amelia and Muriel, or Pidge, her younger sister by 2.5 years, were close, lived in reasonable comfort, unaware of any financial constraints, and were secure and happy despite occasional problems resulting from their father's uneven professional life. Alfred Otis, Amy's father, was a wealthy judge, and it was hard on the banks of the Missouri River in a home of Judge Otis and her grandmother, Amelia Josephine Harris, that Amelia came into the world. Growing up in nearby Kansas City, Kansas, Amelia's adventurous persona manifested itself early. A consummate tomboy. At 7, Amelia rode an elephant at the 1904 St. Louis World's Fair and was fascinated by small cars that sped around an aerial track, though her mother said it was too dangerous for little girls to ride them. Soon after the family returned home, Amelia enlisted her uncle Carl Otis to help her, Muriel, and the boy next door to build a makeshift roller coaster in their backyard with its starting point at the top of the tool shed, 8 feet high. When all the sawing and nailing of boards and tracks was complete, Amelia stuffed herself into a wooden crate for the first ride. As it careened down the track, Muriel recalled, we heard the sound of splintering wood. The car and Amelia departed the track when the car hit the trestle. Both tumbled to the ground. Amelia jumped up, her eyes alight, ignoring a torn dress and bruised lip. "Oh, Pidge," she exclaimed, "it's just like flying." Amelia wasn't moved when she saw her first airplane at the 1907 Iowa State Fair in Des Moines, recalling it as a thing of rusty wire and wood, and looked not at all interesting. At 9, Edwin presented her with a .22 rifle so she could clear the barn of rats, much to the consternation of her well-to-do grandparents. "Don't worry, Mother Otis," Edwin told her grandmother. "This is really a very small rifle." Describing their beloved father many years later, Muriel called him loving, generous, impractical. Edwin's varying job fortunes compelled the family moves to Des Moines in 1908, St. Paul, Minnesota in 1913, and Springfield, Missouri in 1914. After their arrival in Springfield, where Edwin was promised a job with the Burlington Railroad, the man he was to replace changed his mind about retiring, so Amy, Amelia, and Muriel opted to stay in Chicago with friends while Edwin returned to Kansas City to open a law office and find a new home for the family. After Amelia graduated from Chicago's Hyde Park High School in 1916, the family was reunited in Kansas City. But Amelia left to attend Ogontz School near Philadelphia in the fall of 1916, with an eye towards transferring to Bryn Mawr College. At Ogontz, where she was vice president of her class and secretary of the local Red Cross chapter, Amelia further distinguished herself when she spoke out against the school's closed sorority system, effecting significant improvements. The following year, while visiting Toronto, where Muriel was attending St. Margaret's College, Amelia encountered 3 one-legged Canadian soldiers on crutches, back from a war the United States had yet to enter. Moved, she began taking Red Cross classes, enrolled in the Voluntary Aid Detachment, and began working as a nurse at the Spadina Military Hospital. Sister Amelia soon became a favorite among the wounded and discouraged men, Muriel wrote. In 1918, Amelia attended a stunt-flying exhibition by military aviators at a Toronto fair and recalled standing her ground when a flyer swooped down and buzzed her in an open field. "I believe that little red airplane said something to me as it swished by," she wrote years later.